Greetings, students of the Grassroot project. My name is George Wilson, safety of the Buffalo Bills. And I just wanted to take some time this morning to commend each and every one of you all for the work, the time, and the effort that you've put into this Grassroot project to help improve your lives and the lives of those around you. I'm from Paducah, Kentucky, a small town located in the western part of the state. Born and raised here in western Kentucky. I fell in love with the game of football in the 4th grade. It's when I first was introduced to the game. I went all through elementary school, middle school, and once I got to high school, I actually saw that I could actually go somewhere with my football talents. And so I played basketball, baseball, football, and I ran track, all while maintaining a 3.7 grade point average. And so the main part about that is, without any academic performance in the classroom, you can't be an athlete and participate in after-school activities. And so I took that mentality with me all throughout high school, and when I completed my eligibility in high school, I thought I was going to get the big college scholarship to go off to a big Division I school, but it didn't happen for me that way. Instead, I was able to have an academic scholarship and walk on the football team at the University of Arkansas, and that's a very key point right there. I was able to continue my pursuit to the NFL, continue my pursuit of seeing my dream come true, not because of my performance on the field, but because of my performance in the classroom. That's a very key correlation right there, because without the first part of the being the student first, you can't be the athlete. And so I went off to the University of Arkansas to go to college. I walked on the team. I wasn't promised anything, but I made sure that I worked day in and day out of trying to get better at something each and every day. I made sure I was the first guy at practice, made sure I was the last guy to leave, and I made sure that I handled my business in the classroom as well. And after my freshman year, my coaches granted me with an athletic scholarship, and so I was no longer a walk-on. I was one of the guys in a sense. But I go on from being a walk-on to being a 3-year starter, ended up in the school's record books for receiving yards, for receptions and touchdowns. But I was also voted to be one of the team captains my senior year as well. And so I got my college degree. I have a business management degree. So I made sure that I used football. I didn't just allow football to use me without getting something out of it. And so as I closed out my college career, I went into the NFL draft, and just like every other child, every other young man that has, the dream of playing in the NFL, everybody wants to hear their name called on their stage. Everybody wants to be able to be drafted, but that wasn't meant for me as well. And so I ended up going undrafted to the Detroit Lions, ended up making their practice squad for the first 5 weeks of the season. And for anybody who doesn't know what the practice squad does, they basically do everything except for play the games. And so that was tough for me, but at the same time, I was a step closer to seeing my dream come true, so I didn't allow the frustration to set in. And so I go on through week 5. I end up getting released by the Lions. That same week, the Buffalo Bills brought me up and signed me to their practice squad. And so I finish out my rookie season on the practice squad in Buffalo. And then I go into my second year where I make the roster. And so on the roster, I played mainly special teams, but really didn't get much playing time that season. And so my 3rd season, I ended up getting demoted and sent back down to the practice squad once we had a new coaching staff come in. And that's a key point right there, because let's say, for example, on the practice squad you make $50,000, and on the active roster, like I was on my second year, you make $100,000. Well, my first year, I was on the practice squad making $50,000. My second year, made $100,000 by being on the roster. But my 3rd year, I was sent back down. I had my salary cut in half, back down on the practice squad. And that's tough. It can be, but I didn't allow it to be, because I'm not one to allow money or what I'm making to dictate my attitude, my preparedness, my worth ethic, everything that I give each and every day. And so I just continue to work and try to prove that I was worthy to be there. And at the end of that season, I ended up getting activated for the last game of the season. And then when we came back for our spring workouts that following year, my coach came to me in the locker room while I was getting dressed one day and asked me would I be willing to make a position change. And so they wanted me to change from wide receiver to safety. And that's a move that's almost unheard of in the NFL, to make a move like that, a position change like that at the elite level of football, professional football. And so I went home, I thought about it, prayed about it, talked to my mom, my family members, and I came back, the next day after thinking that, You know, maybe this is the opportunity that I've been waiting for my entire lifetime. I spent 3 years in the NFL as a wide receiver, had never really saw the field, never caught a pass, never caught a touchdown, any of that. So I just looked at this as an opportunity. And sometimes opportunities can be disguised as hard work. Yeah, it was going to be hard work because I was going to have to essentially start all over again and learn the game from the very beginning from a defensive standpoint. But it was a chance for me to be able to see my dream actually become a reality. And so with that being said, I went in the next day. I told my coach that, hey, I was ready to step up and take full advantage of this opportunity. And I call it an opportunity because a lot of people don't know the difference between an obstacle and an opportunity. Yes, it was an obstacle from one standpoint, but it was a major opportunity from me on the other hand. And so one of my favorite quotes is the difference between an obstacle and an opportunity is your attitude. It's your mindset, the way you look at it, the way you perceive things, how you react and respond to what happens to you. And so I wasn't going to allow my dream to blow up in my face because I didn't want to step out on faith on myself and my talents and my abilities. And so I worked diligently each and every day to try to get better at something. And we went into training camp. I wasn't promised a spot on the team. All I was promised was an opportunity. And that's all we can ever ask in life is a chance. And so I ended up coming out of training camp that year as the third string safety. Third string safety, hey, you're not expecting to play. But you always have to prepare like you're the starter in the NFL because we have a saying that you're one play away. You're one play away from getting the opportunity of a lifetime. You're one play away from never being able to play this game ever again. So you have to take advantage of each and every day, each and every opportunity that comes your way because you never know if this is going to come again. And so first game of the season, the starter breaks his ankle. He's out for the year. So I'm already bumped up to second string. By the fourth game of the season, the backup who was starting at the time, strains his calf muscle, and now he's out for a few weeks. So now here I am within the first 5 weeks of the season at a new position, getting a chance of a lifetime to get my first career start on Monday Night Football against my childhood team, the Dallas Cowboys. It couldn't have been a greater story. You know, I end up going out there that game. The third play of the game, Tony Romo drops back. He tries to hit Jason Witten over the middle of the field. He overthrows him. I catch the interception. I run it back for a touchdown. And you know, that play only lasted about 8 to 10 seconds. The play only lasted about 8 to 10 seconds. But my dream of playing in the NFL first came to me when I was in the 4th grade. That's about a 16-year gap. That's a 16-year gap of blood, sweat, and tears, of good decisions and bad decisions, successes and failures, wins and losses. But those 8 to 10 seconds, that feeling I had when I crossed into the end zone, made those 16 years all worth it. It made it all worth it because I worked diligently each and every day to see a dream, to see a goal become a reality, and I was able to weather that storm and to see the outcome of all my hard work. And so now I'm just completed the 4th year in my position. You know, I just re-signed a 3-year extension to go back to the Buffalo Bills for 3 more years. And you know, this is a story of prayer, of perseverance, of patience. You know, there's no substitute for hard work. Anything that you want out of this life, you're going to have to work for. You know, I've had people around me that tell me I couldn't do it, I wasn't big enough, I wasn't strong enough, I wasn't fast enough. We call them haters. I know you all have them in your life as well, but I didn't allow those guys or those people to bring me down. Those hateful words, that resentment that they sent my way, I've used that to fuel my drive, to fuel my work each and every day to try to take a step closer to seeing my dream come true. And you know, those very same haters are asking me for tickets to my games today. How about that? The very same people that told me I would never be able to do what I'm doing right now, now they want to come and take part and enjoy the fruits of my labor. And so, you know, I just say all of that and share my testimony with each and every one of you all to let you all know that it's possible. Whatever you have going on in your life right now, you have control. We're all writing a story right now. And wherever you are in your story, you have the pen in your hand that gives you the power. And if you don't like the way your story is going right now, all you have to do is turn the page and start all over again. You have time on your side right now. Just please I implore you to take full advantage of the opportunities that you have right now. Take advantage of the resources that you have around you, because the people you have around you only want to see you do good. The people with this Grassroots project only want to help you to be better young men and women and and be productive in today's society. So make sure you're surrounding yourself with people who want to see you do good. You can't surround yourself with people who are naysayers or people that don't have your best interest at heart, because it's only going to make your goals and your dreams and aspirations that much harder to achieve. So make sure you're doing the right thing even when no one else is looking. And take full advantage of each and every day in this life, because there's no reset button like on an Xbox 360 or a PS3. You can't just hit the reset button because you're having a bad day, because things are not going your way. You get one opportunity to live this life. And I'm going to close with this quote, and it's about taking advantage of each and every day that you have. And it goes, "The past is gone, and the future may never come, but now is a gift. That's why we call it the present." Take care. God bless you, and I wish you all the best of luck as you continue to pursue your dreams and goals and aspirations as I have.